Yo, peace. Today I want to talk about how to make money fall out of the sky. It's very simple. Money is like water. You got rivers, banks, currency, all that stuff. Money is like simultaneous to water. We all know that. So if it's simply currency, what is a current? A current is just simply a path that energy travels through, right? Just simply a path. Just like in feng shui, you have the energy entering into your home and going through the corners and all the currents. This is why I'll talk about it later, but feng shui is essentially what will help that happen. But back on point, money is just simply a current. And in order to get the current of money to flow to you and into your life, it essentially has to come out of nowhere because we all know these 9 to 5s, minimum wage jobs, it's not going to get us anywhere. It's obvious. We all see it. We all know it. Any of y'all working a job, you know how it is. Any of you who have worked a job, you know how that is. It's like working at a set wage. It's not the way to live because you have to base your life around this set wage. And if you want your life to be based around more so of the money you make will be based on what you do, based on your skills, and you can set your own price because it essentially is you. People are paying for your skills, for you, for your time and all that. So you set your own price, not somebody else telling you how much you're supposed to be making. All right, so just get the path or the current to flow in a certain sequence will essentially manifest money. It happens like this. We all think that in order to get money, we have to use this, our hands or our body. But the body doesn't create anything, right? What does the body create? Nothing, right? Everything that is created came from the mind. The body is just simply a vehicle to deal with the physical realm. But before the physical realm, you're dealing with mind, you're dealing with mind power, you're dealing with animals, you're dealing with metaphysics. All this is about mind. The body cannot create anything. So for us thinking that we need to use this to create things is completely just, it doesn't even make sense. How can your hands create things out of thin air? It cannot happen. Your mind can though. This is why problems come out of nowhere. All of us have experienced something that just literally popped out of thin air, right? So if problems can essentially just come out of nowhere, what makes you think that money can't come out of nowhere? We all have instances where we have been given money, we found money. We all had situations and coincidences like this where money just came to us and we didn't know where it came from. But we all must realize that everything that happens to us, we caused it. Nothing happens by accident. We all know this. But to apply this knowledge, you have to really look at it. If problems can just pop out of nowhere, money can pop out of nowhere. So it is simply what causes the problems to come out of nowhere. You just simply flip it, then money will come out of nowhere. See, this is essentially what happens. We're going on about our life. We're doing what we think we're supposed to do, right? Work a job, take care of our family, do this, do that, all this worldly stuff, right? We give barely, if any, time to spiritual shit. We just don't have the time for it. Because that's the number one complaint. I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money. But then you have people that link time with money. Time is money, time is money, time is money. So now money is time, but money is also water. So what is this with this money? So why is it linked to all these different things? It's all energy. So just as in the Bible where it says, well, when God says, let there be light, essentially that's God creating something out of nothing. What is this nothingness that God created from? Because obviously it's not nothing. You can't just take a ball of air and make an iPhone pop out of anywhere. You can't do it, right? So essentially this nothingness that they're talking about is something, and this is atoms or atoms, whatever the fuck. can be programmed. We all know this. Anything in this physical realm can be programmed. You can simply take iPhone. I can set intentions on this iPhone to be a magnet for something. And this is essentially what I did to even attract this phone. Could you see what's the symbol? It's an apple. The apple means something. It's a symbol for fertility, right? You know, root chakra shit. You know what I mean? This is why it's an apple in the first place. And you see, it's not just an apple. It's the apple that's been bitten from, the forbidden fruit, which comes from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. What is good and evil? Polarity. So you can essentially have symbols just land on your altar that will attract things of that nature to you because you charged it with an intention. So everything in the physical reality can be programmed to be whatever you want it to be. Right, so that's just a little quick thing just to throw in there. So let's really get to the video. I got notes and shit. So gate 1, because I'm gonna do gates. It's gonna be gate 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because this is kind of complicated, but I'm gonna make it simple. The first thing is purification. We have to change what we've been taught about money, what we think money to be, because for most of us, money is always something we never had enough of. As I said earlier, like it's just something that we just cannot grasp with our hands. It's because it's not meant to be looked at as a physical thing. Do not look at money as a physical thing, because even though yes, it's physical paper bills and all this shit, but essentially the energy behind money is not physical, and that's what you want, because you don't want to limit it to American currency or wherever you are in the world. You don't want to limit it to your currency, because again, currency doesn't have a face. Currency is currency, but regardless of whether people trade in tree trunks, it can still be thought to be currency. Because at one point we was trading stones and jewels and gemstones and all this stuff. We were doing that in the past. So anything can be made into a currency, just like we made the physical federal dollars, the federal levy. All these things were made into currencies. They weren't just here, then we just picked up on it, hey, this is money. Money is an idea of man. It's just simply an idea. So the point is to tap into the energy. What is the energy of money? It's more so, let me see, a good way to put it is, just think of the planet Venus. If you went to like astrology and the tarot, you know the Venus resonates with, you know, low magic pretty much. Low magic is physical magic. Like the things you want to manifest physically. So if you want to manifest money or physical relationship and all that, you will work with low magic. High magic is more about knowledge and, you know, the spirit realm and all that stuff. So that's essentially what you want to do. You don't even want to go to low magic, because as I said earlier, it's not about the physical dollar like the Benjamin Franklin. You know, it's not about none of that. It's about the knowledge. What people really want is the knowledge of how to attract money. Because if you have the knowledge of how to attract money, you don't need to constantly be doing money spells and all these things that everybody else does. Like whenever they need help with bills, they're doing rituals and spells. When if you have the knowledge to generate money, you can get it whenever you want it. It's just simply knowing the correct sequence to generate money. We have the ability to generate money just like we generate energy to go about our days every day. We can generate energy. So you can generate whatever you possibly can imagine. It's just simply following a certain sequence or a certain currency, a certain flow, a certain set of actions to manifest a certain result. So moving right along. The first thing is to cleanse the channels. It's like in feng shui. The wealth corner is most likely, like if you're standing in your front door, it will be the left corner. In terms of like the diagonal right there. Whatever. I'll show the picture. That's the wealth corner. Most people, like I said, just have a tendency to just throw shit in the corner. You don't want to throw anything in the corner. Keep your corners clean. Keep your house clean. This is what you will notice. If you live with other people, and if you clean the whole house, I've tried this personally. I just woke up one day, I just like, you know what, I'm just going to clean the house just for the fuck of it. I cleaned the whole house, and slowly but surely it began to get dirty again because we programmed to pretty much destroy anything godly. As they say, cleanliness is next to godliness. So if people have the intention that they see a clean house and they want to fuck it up and just leave it fucked up, they don't want to clean up after themselves, they just want to fuck it up, just pretty much like children. We are programmed to think like that. We are programmed to attack anything godly. This is why the people watching this video, the black sheep of the family, the people who think differently, who's on a higher realm, you are pretty much been suppressed your whole life. We all have our own story. We have all been suppressed. That's why you're watching the video, right? Because you think on another level that nobody else even resonates with. And you have pretty much been strategically, mentally destroyed by the people in your own family, your own friends. We have all been suppressed because the matrix programs you to attack anything unusual or that doesn't seem right. And this is why most people have the crabs and the barrel mentality, where you see a person rising too high and they want to bring you back down. Just like you may have big dreams. I never fucked with school. I never liked it. I never wanted to go. I was rebelling. I sense from a young age that this is not the place to be. I don't have no interest in sitting in a classroom and reading from a book when I can be outside learning it hands-on. But we have been strategically just, whenever we come up, this is why everybody talks about this come up shit, right? Everybody's trying to come up, everybody's trying to do better, but they're liars. Because the same person that says they want to come up, they want to do better, they want a better life for themselves, end up going right back in the circle into their addictions, into their attachments. We all see it. You're doing good, you fuck up. Because you fuck with some bitch you weren't supposed to fuck with some nigga you weren't supposed to fuck with. You ate certain foods, gave you a stomach ache, had to call off work, got fired. Whatever the case may have been, it's always something, always leads to whatever your attachments are. They're going to always show their face and they're going to bring you back down. It's self-programming because, again, we've been programmed from birth to think like animals and savages. This is why they call us that. But this is completely against our nature. So you had to purify yourself. You had to cleanse yourself. How do you cleanse yourself? This is why I talk about fasting. I talk about detox. I talk about all these things. Because if you do not cleanse yourself, you will end. It don't matter how spiritual you claim to be. You're going to always go backwards. It'll happen like this. You will study something. You will implement it. You feeling good. You feel like you found something good. But it just ends up not even working for you because of your attachments. With the foods you eat and all that, like all these things play a part. Your stomach is an alchemical pot. If you put a certain combination of things into your system, it will have an effect on your magic. If you eating fast foods, bullshit, of course, you're not going to do anything. You're not going nowhere. Sorry to say it, but you're going to have to give up certain things if you want to work magic. Magic is natural. Magic works every time. It's just different degrees. Based on the type of shit in your stomach, the type of shit in your system. Like all these things, like if you ever wonder, like why, what is it with this matrix shit? Why are we being programmed? Why does any of this stuff even exist? What's the point? You're supposed to rise above it and be the sole creator of your reality. And in order to rise above it, you have to detach yourself from all attachments. Don't even focus on the good more than the bad. Don't positive and negative. Look at it all as one energy. When you look at it as one energy, you have no attachments and your magic will work every time. Simple as that. So, as I said earlier, do not depend on your physical hands to create money for you because the body cannot create. It takes mind power. To charge up your mind power, you have to detox. You have to purify yourself. You have to cleanse yourself of old thoughts and old beliefs that have been locked into our subconscious from birth. And you do this with divination, whether you like tarot cards, lucid dreaming, astral traveling. All these tools are used to enter into your subconscious, analyze what's there, and if you don't like it, you have the ability to change it. We all have the ability to change anything in our lives we do not like. But the first step is asking yourself, why don't I like this? Like, what attachment do I have that's making me not like this? Why do I not like poverty and I favor luxury? The thing is, when you look at it as the same thing, there is no difference. You can easily go from poverty to luxury when you just simply detach yourself from feeling fucked up that you don't have money in your pocket. You have to just completely erase that. Don't look at yourself as fucked up or you broke. Don't repeat these mantras to yourself. I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that, I don't have no money. Stop saying this shit. But if you say it, you're going to feel a certain way, then that's just going to create the situation over and over and over and over again. We all have witnessed it in our personal lives. So this is why we're not doing it anymore. So the first thing is, money is everywhere. Money may not be in your pocket. It's in somebody's pocket though, right? So there is never a lack of money. It's just simply the money, you want the money in your pocket. So in order for the money to go in your pocket, you must engage in trade. If somebody has $20 in their pocket, your mindset must be, how do I get them to give me the money in their pocket? Not taking, not doing nothing deceitful. How can I honestly get them to want to give me $20? What are you going to do? That's where your skills comes in. Whatever your skill is, you present your skills, and if they like it, they will give you the $20. It's as simple as that. So money is always everywhere. You just want to draw it to you, and you do that by the utilization of your skills. This is why you can go your whole 12 years of school, high school and all that shit, you graduate, you got your degree and everything. But what skills do you have? Most people have no skills straight out of high school. Is it a coincidence? This is why people have to work jobs, because they don't have no fucking skills. This is the matrix. They put you in school for 12 years, but you come out with no skills. So you have to either go to college or work a minimum wage job because you have no other skills, because you were not taught anything. And that's the plan. To sit there, be bored, read a book. It's like school does nothing but slow you down. That's just the fucking truth, and everybody knows it. But people are like, well, what do you do? What do you do? You just have to be brave, and you have to take risks. It's no other way around it. Taking a risk is just simply conquering your fears. If you dedicate your whole life to conquering your fears, money will never be an issue, because every time you conquer fears, you get closer to destroying any blockages you may have. Because that's essentially what a fear is. A fear is a blockage, and it's your opportunity every day to destroy blockages. It's not going to happen by itself. It's not going to just happen by you meditating. You're going to actually have to take action to destroy blockages. There's no other way around it. So we're going to keep it moving. There's a difference between truth and what's true. Truth is absolute, it's universal, it applies no matter what's going on. True is just simply, it applies only in that situation. An example of that is, somebody can say, I'm broke. That may be true based on the situation, but is it truth? No, because truth, you are abundant. Because if you can imagine yourself sitting in a room with millions of dollars, that means you have the ability to do it. Anything that you can imagine, you have the ability to do it. Otherwise, you would not be able to imagine it. Now, some people may say, well, I can imagine myself flying and doing all the defying laws and all that stuff. What makes you think people ain't around here flying? You just might not be able to perceive them with your physical eyes. But remember, we're not limited to this because we have the third eye. You activate your third eye, you may see motherfuckers flying. I'm just letting you know right now. You will see motherfuckers flying. You're just not going to see it with this. Remember, we have to take our awareness beyond our body. This is what happens. All of us are simply consciousness. When you go to sleep, your consciousness expands to something else. Your consciousness exits your body, your vehicle, and it goes to whatever you're dreaming about. That's where your consciousness goes. We are simply consciousness. So if we are consciousness, we are not the body. We are not this. This is simply the vehicle. The mind is not the body. The mind is what creates. The mind is what attracts, creates, however you want to look at it. The mind is doing all of that. All the metaphysical shit, everything I basically talk about on my channel is done with the mind. The little you do with your body, the meditation, the yoga, that's little, but majority of the work is done up here. And I'm not pointing to the brain. The brain is just a signal. That it gets signals from the mind, and the brain sends signals to the body. So the brain is like a medium, pretty much. So knowing this, like I said, if you're using this and expect to get anywhere in life, it's not going to happen. You're going to have to utilize your mind power. So you're going to have to cultivate your brain, because this is what happens. What is the brain? The brain is a bunch of electrical currents and electrical sequences, right? Going through your brain, sending signals. But most people, again, have programmed thoughts about money, about this, about that, that when they think about money, the signal enters in their brain and it follows a certain sequence or a certain current. And whatever that current is will manifest in your physical reality. Whatever that current is, it's only up to you to find out what is your money currency programmed to. Everybody's is unique. Everybody's is different. What is yours? When you analyze your money currency, like, okay, you look at it, you have the ability to change it. If you don't like a certain thing, you have the ability to change it through the use of divination, which is a skill. We all have natural talents. Whatever your natural talent is your gateway to wealth, health, happiness, all of that. Everything will come from your skill. Nothing is going to come from this and only this. Your skill essentially is stored in your Akashic records, or your mind. Your mind is channeled through the brain, the body, and that's when you do skills, or you actually use your hands. But it all starts in the mind. The mind is the origin. The mind is the source. So I guess the next video I do will be about mind power and all that, because most people think with mind control, they think about you deceiving people, you're doing something evil, but mind power can be used to enlighten people as well, to open people's minds, to expand people's minds. It has nothing to do with getting over on people. Like, if you're watching my video, you're not trying to get over on nobody. You're really just trying to open your own mind and expand your own mind. So moving right along, like I was saying previously, it's a program. Just think of the brain as a big computer. It's a program. What commands are you sending to your brain? We all have emotional responses to situations. For example, like, whatever thought comes to you when you think about something, it's a program. For example, if you think about a knife, right? Whatever attachments you have to that knife is going to come up. So if you think about, some people think of a knife, they think about killing somebody. Some people think of a knife, they think about cutting a sandwich or whatever. Whatever images come to your mind when you think about something is programmed in your mind. And whatever that is programmed in your mind, it goes back to your childhood, because like the first 7 years of your life really shape and create your whole reality, because that's when your mind is like a sponge and you're just absorbing everything. So based on what happened in your first 7 years, that kind of sets the tone for your whole life. And this is why if you're born in the hood, you're going to pretty much die in the hood. Most people. Not the people watching the video, because you're going to rise above that. But most people don't make it out. That's the reality of it. No matter how fucked up it may seem, most people born broke, die broke. Born wealthy, die wealthy. That's just how it goes. There's very few people who create change, who start from nothing and become something. That's not the typical thing to do because most people don't do it. You have to have the strongest mind. Essentially, in your whole city, meaning you have to have, your mind has to be stronger than essentially everybody in your city. Because if you're talking about you're trying to be famous or you're trying to be this or that, your mind is going to have to be more powerful than everybody else's in order for you to be able to influence people. Because if you have followers and fans, you must be sure that you are carrying the right message. The right message is simply be true to you. Don't try to mimic me. Don't try to mimic them. Don't try to mimic nobody else. Be true to you. Be you, do you. That's the only way you're going to make it out the matrix. And that's the only thing that they suppress. They suppress you, your skills, your talents, your abilities. All of that gets suppressed. If you knew how to draw as a child, who was telling you that ain't going to make you money? Who was telling you that's not the way you're supposed to live life? Who was telling you that? Most likely your family. Most likely your teachers, most likely your friends, right? Not somebody you don't give a fuck about. It was the people that you cared about that destroyed your passions, that told you that ain't shit, that ain't this, that ain't that. It's the people you care for the most. And this is why most people end up not doing anything really, because they were heartbroken because they were doing something, drawing, doing this, whatever artistic thing they were doing, it got destroyed by the people they cared for the most. Attachments. Even your own family. If your own family isn't with you, you can't ride with them. It's no way around it. It's no way around it. Like, the world is not all good. No matter how spiritual you may be, there's always going to be wolves out here. You can be as spiritual as you want. There's going to always be somebody trying to get over on you. There's no way around it. So the only thing you can do is prepare yourself for that. And in order to prepare yourself for that, you must have a strong mind. You must be able to see manipulation and deception a mile away and exit the situation, because you don't want to be around that shit. So it's not to prevent it or to avoid it. It's to simply notice it and remove yourself from the situation, and don't really feel no type of way about it. It's not to, have hate in your heart or disgust. Just simply notice it, keep it moving. Simple as that. So moving right along, breathing techniques. People in the house, whatever. Breathing techniques. Let me see. Breathe in 4 times, not 4 times, for a count. Hold your breath for a 4 count. Exhale for a 4 count. If you can do that for an hour, you can completely change everything. Remember, most people breathe shallow. Normal breath. Powerful breath. See the difference? And as you do this, you will become a little lightheaded. You're going to get a little bit more energy. Just simply increasing the time you hold your breath in, exhale, inhale, just increasing that time will completely change your life. Because most of us have a lot of energetic blockages around our chest. It's fear. Fear pretty much is absorbed all in here. This is why we breathe shallow. This is why, if you look at most people breathe, it's like you're not even using your fucking lungs. What do you have 2 lungs for if you're breathing like this? What the fuck? It's like you might as well just cut the other fucking lung out. You're not even using it. But when you breathing in deep, you're actually breathing like you own the fucking earth. Because you do. The world is yours. We all heard that phrase. But most people feel like they're navigating this plane on borrowed time. They feel like, well, this area is not even mine, so I'm going to take little of it. Remember, You breathing shallow, it's no wonder why you have little money. Little breathing, little money, little thought. You see how it's all interconnected? Increase your breath, increase your health, increase your wealth. Health and wealth, again, is essentially the same thing. You see? It all starts from thought, brain, body. Mind, body, soul is however you want to put it. Increase your breath, you will increase your health. When you increase your health, you increase your energy, you increase your mind power, which will essentially increase your creativity. You increase your creativity. You put more time into your skills. You put more time into your skills. You master your skills, and when you master your skills, money pretty much flows to you because everybody will want to pretty much embrace your skills. Because if you're ill with your art, whatever it is, people are going to love it. If you're a painter, you can just simply put your portraits out to be sold on the street. If you're ill, people are going to love it. Like, why wouldn't people buy masterful art? That's the thing. They don't want you to have mastery over yourself or your skills, because that's what sets you free. If you master yourself and you master your skills, you don't have problems. Because even if people bring problems to you, you know how to block it off because you have mind power. And whenever you need money, all you have to do is utilize your skill because you have mastery over your skill. There's going to always be a demand for it. There's going to always be a demand for it because it's how often do you see masterful art? You don't see that shit every day. The closest shit we saw to that was graffiti, where you're taking regular plain walls and you're adding art to it, but you see they covered that up, right? They had a whole little shit for that, and they completely, for the most part, covered it up. But when you look at graffiti, that's masterful art. That's not no bullshit. Especially the older shit. That was some masterful shit. And as you see, it was for free. You can just walk through the hood and see graffiti. It literally elevated your mind. It just spreads and it just elevates your mind. So it is a quick example of how art can just change everything. So moving right along, it's just really, I'm at 30 minutes. I don't know what the fuck, I've just been rambling. So let's just get to the end of this shit. So I'll give y'all techniques. First technique is mantras. You want to make money, you want to create money. The mantras you can use is Shreem Burzi. I'll put a little shit in the bottom. Shreem Burzi, manifest money. You can also, another mantra is Om Lasun Khan Bisharo Burzi Shreem. I'll put it, that's like an Egyptian shit. Next thing is symbols. Use the number 7. If you 7 mantras, 7 symbols, and like 7, I'll just say it like this because I know I'm making this shit complex. 7 images or like animal spirits. Like find the animals that resonates with abundance. A quick one is a pig and a buffalo. Those 2 animal totems or animal spirits resonates with abundance. If you can find 7 animal totems, put them up in your room as images. The 7, because remember, 7 is a magical number, the number of creation. Put 7 images together in a sequence and meditate upon them for a whole hour. Preferably in an hour of Venus for low magic or Jupiter for high magic. The day of Venus is Friday, the day of Jupiter is Thursday. And again, you can look at like planetary hours or planetary horrors, whatever type of astrology you went to. 7 images, because remember the images just represents a sequence. The image is like a mathematical equation. Look at it that way. Like when you look at the sacred geometry, like the flower of life or Metatron's cube or whatever it is, all these images can be broken down into a mathematical sequence or a mathematical problem. They all can be broke down mathematically. So when you put 7 images together, you're literally creating a sequence. When you create a sequence, you're creating a flow of current. And if the current is abundance, you have 7 images together represent abundance. you're going to create abundance. It's inevitable. You meditate on these images for a whole hour. I mean, how many people have the mind power to even meditate for an hour? Most people can. Most people have a problem doing 20 minutes. But you doing a whole hour just simply staring into these images, they will reveal secrets to you automatically. It just happens. So the next thing is just look at anybody that represents wealth. For hip hop, it may be Jay-Z, Nas, whatever. Just whoever resonates with abundance. Because again, it's all about what resonates with you. Some people may know people that represents abundance that nobody else has heard of. Whatever resonates with you. Because remember, magic is personal. Personalize this shit to the T. The more personal, the more powerful. Really, like the more you personalize your magic to the symbols that you're attracted to, that you want around, the colors that you're attracted to, when you make this shit as personal as possible, your alchemy will never fail. The only reason magic doesn't work for most people is because they're reading a book and they're following directions. That's not how magic works. You can literally create a ritual out of nothing. You can use household products. Like I did using the Apple symbol. You can just literally use symbols to create anything. It doesn't require money. It doesn't require anything but time and dedication and consistency. And again, write it all down. Take notes. It can happen. So I'll do a part 2 probably. You know what I mean? So hope that helped people. Take it easy. Peace.